I think voters feel like Democrats have sort of been assholes to them. And I do think that a voter asks two questions when they're considering who to vote for. The first question is, does this candidate, does this party like me? And by extension, do they respect me? Do they care for me? But do they like me? If you can't answer that first question to a voter's satisfaction, they won't even get to the second question, which is, what does this party think? What does this candidate think? And I think we've lost that first question.
That's so interesting because, like, one of the questions I have for you is some of this recent polling that shows the Democrats, are at their lowest approval rating in like 3 decades, and that's on economy, inflation, tariffs, despite some of Trump's policies actually being pretty unpopular. So I'm curious, like, do you think Democrats have been assholes to people, and is that why the party's brand is at such a low point?
I think the polling is a byproduct of two things. I think it's a sort of um, it's a receding of support on both sides, right, among the left and to our right. And I think there are different reasons for different regressions in polling. But I do think that we have to basically create a tent that is united on three fundamental principles. One is working people need more support and help. Two, sort of democracy and freedom are good. And three, we're not going to be assholes to voters. Look, the reality in today's environment is that your party ecosystem is defined not just by politicians or the party, but also some of the loudest voices online that in voters' minds reflect and represent that broader coalition. In a world where many voters get their news online, when we have an environment where we've got some very loud people who are shaming and calling people who disagree with them, even in just in rhetoric, bigots, when we have those folks saying that to a wide swath of voters, including voters we could win, and we aren't explicitly stating something to the contrary, then a voter will then just paint us all with one broad brush.